Hi, I'm Jonathan.
Hi, I'm Haley, and today we're doing the mid-year book Freakout tag. Jonathan has no idea what that is.
I never do.
It's true.
So the first question?
Okay, we're jumping right into it.
We are jumping right into it. What's the best book you've read so far this year? Tell me all about it.
We've talked about it a lot. We made a whole video on it. My favorite book this year is the first book in the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin, the 5th season. Had a minute where I couldn't remember the name. Oh, I just made it shake real bad. Sorry, y'all.
I think I am going to go with The Conquest of Bread by Peter Kropotkin.
Nerd.
Mostly because it's the the last book I've read, rather. And it took me a really long time, so it's kind of just like taking up all the space in my brain for books. And but also just it was a real like departure from my usual reading material and all that, so it's just sticking out very prominently in my memory.
Thanks, Riley. The second question is best sequel you've read so far this year.
I think I will go with The Obelisk Gate.
Was the second one, right?
Yeah.
In the Broken Earth trilogy.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. That was a good sequel.
Loved those books.
Yes.
I think my favorite sequel that I've read so far this year is The Taste of Marrow by Sarah Gailey. It's the sequel to River of Teeth, which is an alternative history about if we had decided to raise hippos in the swamps of the South instead of cows in the West. And it's great.
It is.
Cowboy adventure, mystery caper, lots of diversity, super funny, lots of action. Love it.
It's on
Actually, the second one was quite sad, but still fun.
Spoilers. Anyways. New release you haven't read yet, but want to?
I really want to read Puddin', the second book in the Dumpling series, or I guess it's actually a companion novel. Dumpling is right here, behind this one's head. Yeah, there it is. I really want to read that. I haven't yet. I know it's out already, and I should, but I haven't. What about you?
Oh,
Did you forget I said it yet?
yes. What I think I'm going to have to go with, I think it's called The Labyrinth Index by Charles Stross. The next book in his Laundry series. It's a Cthulhuian Cold War spy thriller thing. It's actually it's out now, but I don't think it comes out in the U.S. in e-book form until like October. So yeah, I'm gonna have to wait a while because the library has a copy like pre-ordered for me, unless I can get my hands on one some other way. But
Fair.
I doubt I will.
We read everything at the library.
I'm cheap.
The next question is most anticipated release for the second half of the year.
The Labyrinth Index by Charles Stross.
Cheater.
Yeah,
Cheater.
no.
Okay.
I think it's coming out this year. It might be early 2019. Is Rogue Protocol by Martha Wells.
Just the Murderbots, right?
Murderbots, yeah. Murderbot Chronicles.
Mine is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green.
Yeah.
You've probably heard about it a million times by now, but I am really excited to read it. Available for pre-order right now.
I am too. I just didn't want to steal.
That's fair. Also, The Lady's Guide to Piracy and Petticoats by Mackenzie Lee.
Sorry for all the
I really loved The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. It was excellent, and I can't wait to read the second one. Because in October, I think.
Biggest disappointment this year.
One of Us by Alice Domerat Dreger. I've been waiting for this book forever, and I put in a bunch of bids to our library to get a copy of it. And it was nonfiction, and I was super interested in it, and I still think it was a good book. I think I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads still, but it was a big disappointment because I found her reasoning and her ethical judgments to be lacking in intersectionality, and that is all I'm gonna say. But it made it a big disappointment for me. The next question is the biggest surprise.
The Chronicles of St. Mary series by, I have forgotten her name. It'll be in the doodly-doo. I've seen a lot of recommendations for this book series and people just like talking about it in different like book spaces that I inhabit, and I finally gave it a try because it just didn't quite seem up my alley, and I'm really enjoying it, though I admit the author's incredibly prolific and there are a lot of books in the series and I'm losing speed rapidly because I've sort of hit the mid-year reading slump for me.
That's fair.
But so while I may take a break from it for a while, I was really pleasantly surprised by it.
That's good. For me, I think it was The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. I picked up that book on a whim because I thought it was funny that somebody writing a mystery thriller type book was named Karen Slaughter. And it turned out to be an excellent read and super enjoyable, terrifying and suspenseful and very emotionally engaging. I just really liked it.
Favorite new author?
Probably Nnedi Okorafor. I almost said N.K. Jemisin, but I think Nnedi Okorafor. I really enjoyed reading Akata Witch and Akata Warrior this year, and I'm super excited to get into the Binti series. I think her writing is excellent, and I really enjoy her sense of humor. I don't know. I just really like her stuff.
My favorite new author, I haven't read that many new authors this year. I think I'm going to have to go with Martha Wells of the Murderbot series.
You loved them Murderbots.
Man, seriously, like comedic sci-fi.
Sorry about that.
With like a lot of sarcasm, really just hits the right buttons for me.
Fair. And the next one is, what is your newest fictional crush?
I don't really think I have one.
You don't. You never ever have crushes on anybody. Except me.
Yeah, seriously.
I, on the other hand, have a big old crush on Swift from The Abyss Surrounds Us. I mean, she is my newest crush, but technically I guess not from this year because I read the first one last year and I liked her in that one too. Lady Pirates for the win.
Newest favorite character?
You go first.
Okay. Starting to sound a little repetitive, but Murderbot. I'm sorry, I just really enjoy like sarcastic, funny characters, and it's good. So yeah, Murderbot.
I guess that's fair enough.
Beep boop.
Okay, you're a Murderbot. I think that my newest favorite character is probably, I don't know, I feel weird saying this, but I did really like it, but I don't know, I'm conflicted on this one because I always love characters so much and I don't want to leave anyone out.
Answer twice.
I think that my favorite character so far, like my favorite new character so far this year is probably, it's Crowley or Crawley, I guess technically, from Good Omens. I really enjoyed his character. I just didn't enjoy the book as much as I thought I would, but I did enjoy his character, and I like that he's going to be played by David Tennant in the movie, or in the TV show adaptation.
Books that made you cry?
Oh, Snowflower and the Secret Fan by Lisa C. I bawled literally like the entire second half of that book. That book is intense, by the way. Just fair warning.
I'd have to go with one of the Broken Earth trilogy books by N.K. Jemisin. I'd have a hard time pointing down which one.
Because they all make you cry.
Yeah, that whole series is... That will mess you up.
Cry.
It will mess you up.
What about books that make you happy?
I believe it's Fight and Flight by Wow, I just blanked on his name. I feel bad about that. Scott Meyer? Scott Meyer, I think that's right. The guy behind Basic Instructions. Anyways, I just sorry. I'm really
okay.
bad with names.
Like, if we haven't said this yet, we will put up little pictures up here.
Yeah. And but of the like Wizardry 2.0 or Magic 2.0 series, I think that's like complicated, and I've done a video on it and all that, but go check it out. But it's just very light-hearted funnies and was just ridiculous with lots of just wacky hijinks, and I enjoyed it a lot.
You do enjoy a wacky hijink.
I like funny books. I do.
I think the book that made me happiest this year was probably The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue. I really adored that book. Like, I can't talk about it enough. I loved reading it. It was just fun. It's an adventuresome romp. There's people running naked through the gardens of Versailles and alchemy and all sorts of fun stuff. It is amazing. Just read it. It's great.
What was your favorite book to film or book to TV adaptation you saw this year?
Dietland. It's still going, so I mean they have time to screw it up still. And I love that Marty Noxon is working on it. Buffy alums making great stuff for the win. But the book was fantastic. I read it this year right before I started the show, and I really love the show. Joy Nash is excellent as Plum. I actually think the TV show might be a little bit better than the book. Though I don't like the way they slimmed Lita down. Not a fan.
I haven't actually seen that many like book to media adaptations this year. I think I have to go with Ready Player One, just because I think it might be the only one where I've read the book and seen the video.
It wasn't that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, Ready Player One has just become a lot like more controversial since it first came out and all the hype surrounding it, but I still think it's pretty good, and I think that the adaptation of it, I mean,
except for stop casting TJ Miller and stuff.
Who did he play? I'm really bad at
that
names.
assassin guy.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean it was fun, and that's really all I was looking for out of that movie. So yeah.
Favorite review that you've written this year?
So yeah, I made a New Year's resolution to write reviews of all the books I read this year, and I have so far been successful with that. But I have hated every review I have written. I hate my reviews. I hope that other people find them helpful, maybe, but honestly, I'm just sticking to it to, carry out that resolution.
My reviews are not super, detailed or anything. I mostly just say whether or not I liked it and whether or not there was anything notable. I think probably my favorite review has got to be for The Abyss Surrounds Us, because I was very excited about the romance in that one, so I was a little gushy. Or was it The Edge of the Abyss? The Emily Skritsky book. I don't know which one it was. I don't know which one was the first one.
What was the most beautiful book you bought so far this year?
I'm mad I didn't read this list before we started the video because I have them, but my daughter's asleep and I can't go get them. They are beautiful. It is the Wild Mage books by Tamara Pierce. I got a new box set of them and they are gorgeous. Maybe Jonathan will be so kind as to put them in.
Yeah, I can find the covers at least.
I have a video or a picture on Instagram that you can just show.
Sure, remind me later.
Put it
For me, so David Weber's Honorverse series is, despite the fact that it's still not finished, is slowly being re-released in these fancy, limited edition leather-bound copies, and I don't buy a lot of books, so that's just kind of by default the last one
Yeah,
of those I got.
the books that I talked about were the only ones I've bought this year.
I don't actually remember which one they're on now because, quite frankly, I pre-order them months in advance and then just forget about them, so they're a surprise for me in the mail when they get here. But I don't remember which one we're on. So, whichever one most recently came out.
And what books do you need to read by the end of the year?
I don't really that's not how I approach my reading challenge this year and all that. I just kind of read whatever I feel like. I mean, I'm gonna finish the Hungry City series.
Oh yeah, you wanted to finish that
soon.
before the movie comes out, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm far enough ahead that I don't have a problem with, even if it came out tomorrow, I wouldn't have anything spoiled for me or anything.
Fair.
I'm like 80% of the way through the last book. So, I mean, and I assume the movie is going to cover maybe the first 2 books, if that. But anyways, I had a good time with it. But I mean, I'm almost done with it, so I'm not too worried about finishing it by the end of the year. I am not going to finish the Chronicles of St. Mary series or anything like that, because I think I'm actually going to take an extended break from them as soon as I finish the one that I'm on, and that one may take me a while to finish, because I just... too many of them in too short a time period. So I'm not really worried about finishing any books this year.
That's fair. My reading challenge this year, what I did was pick like 18 books that were like from different time periods on my to read, like from when they've been put on, not from when they were not from like when they were published. And try to pick a bunch of ones that I had on there for at least like 2 years or a full year, and I tried to really go back to like the 2012 ones that I still hadn't read and pick a few and get through them all. I have made good progress, but I still have quite a few to get through by the end of the year if I'm going to finish my challenge. Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. Just the first one is the only one I have to read, though I would like to at least get into the series a little bit. Fly on the Wall, How One Girl Saw Everything by E. Lockhart, which is a retelling of Kafka's Metamorphosis from the point of view of a teenage girl, from what I understand. I haven't read it. Anathem by Neil Stephenson, which I'm pretty sure I will have every opportunity to read. We're planning to do a choosing each other's TBR thing, and as you can see by his face, I'm pretty sure that one's going to be on mine.
I'm so excited for her to read that book. It's one of my favorite books.
Sorcerer to the Crown by Zen Cho. I hope I got the names the right way around. They look weird on Goodreads. And I really want to read that one. I'm very excited about it, actually. The Eris Effect, which is the second Brother Sinister book by Courtney Milan. I really like these books. Were suggested by a friend. They're great romances. I would recommend them if you like historical romance. But it's the second one. I put it on there. I really want to read it. This was my Give Me book on my... The next one was My Give Me, and it's an absolutely remarkable thing by Hank Green. That one will not be hard to knock off. I actually am feeling very good about my challenge. I think I'm going to finish it this year.
I think you are too. I believe in you.
This is a really long video.
Yeah.
Unedited. I'm guessing it's going to be very long edited because it was fairly close to a single take, I think.
Well, and 15 questions just takes us a while. Anyways, links to our Goodreads, social media, all the books that we mentioned, and so on, will be down in the doodly-doo. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up. We would love to hear your answers to any of these questions.
Yeah.
And, if you like our videos, as long as they are, subscribe. And we'll see you again next time.
Bye.
Bye.